listening to the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And now, LuchaCentral.com presents Masks, Mats, and Mayhem.
I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to another edition of Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. I'm your host, Justin Outlaw Harvey. You can find me on social media at JustinHarvey75. You can, in fact, find the entire show on social media at MMMshow 75. How y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm
How'd
fantastic.
your mama now?
Moving
Estoy
on.
bien. Estoy bien.
Can I start the show by saying, "Fuck you, Chelsea, you pieces
No.
of shit."
You can't say that.
You can say that in the first 5 minutes of the show. You can curse in
Oh.
the first 5 minutes of the show.
If you lost all of our monetization.
Thank you. Appreciate it. This show is for free.
Truth. But not for long.
Is
So
that
anyway, as you've already seen, we've got our good friend Meefloaf, caddy corner over there from Falmouth, England. How are you doing, Meef?
I'm very ecstatic because Leeds beat Chelsea, and I hate Chelsea. The copy bastard.
Well, you also got to show your kids some Lucha Libre today too. Was that
Mhm.
that was your son's
Yeah.
first Lucha Libre experience?
Emmy was watching Cuerno versus Phoenix from Lucha Underground, and he was absolutely looking at it and going mental. So it's very
We
exciting.
should do the Lucha rewind with your kids watching the matches on the stream.
That will be fun.
Jesus. Just Rose will be like, "I want to watch toys." Or
Wait, is that like the movie?
No, God, she doesn't watch movies, Tony.
Oh, she doesn't watch
Oh,
movies.
Actual
you
toys,
point
just
that
look
out.
at them.
So there's YouTubers who will play with the Bluey figures and stuff, and they make
Oh, yeah.
stories.
We should be doing that. This is not.
Oh
this
my
is
God.
not the right business.
No, whatever. Like there's
That's
one
what
guy.
no, Kate
Work,
used to do that.
he makes 40 million a year, and it's terribly shot. Like it's hilarious, but like it's taught her how to use her imagination with playing. It's amazing, to be fair. I'd actually rather watch that than fucking Blippi or whatever it is.
Yeah, but it amazes me. Kids will watch other people playing with the toys more than they will watch the shows that the toy came from now.
Which is exactly like us with computer games.
Yeah, adults will watch Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
Thank you for the bits.
Yeah, my kid used to watch this Ninjago Legos thing. He would watch this kid Evan Tube build the Ninjagos more than he would watch the actual Ninjago cartoon.
I have no idea what those are. Ninja
They're
Ghost.
Ninja Legos, literally.
Oh, okay.
Ninjagos. They were
Okay.
popular for a while in the 2010s, the mid 2010s there. Anyway,
So,
down there
Rose-
we've got
At Byron Fever, Byron.
Byron.
Ketchup.
Byron.
I thought we had TJ Miller this week.
I don't look like him anymore.
No, he's got his grandma.
You really don't look like TJ Miller anymore. I don't dig that.
He just scared.
Brent is ready.
He's at the wrong
Well,
show.
we're gonna have a lot of complaints, so I hope you're ready.
What are you congratulating me on?
Lee.
Live.
He didn't do anything.
Vete, güey, ven.
I
You
did.
kidding?
I
With the
didn't.
ball?
I did. I didn't
Well,
watch
Oh.
the first 15
I
minutes.
have a guest
Okay.
here that's desperate to be on camera. So
Hi.
Who's that?
Hello.
I can't hear anything, so.
just fine.
Hi,
We don't know who
Meefloaf.
this person is.
Hello.
How are you?
This is an unfamiliar person.
I bet, Justin.
Wait,
Did you get me
I heard
50%
it.
off the wrestling belts, the one that costs $800.
No, not yet.
No,
I
wanna
don't listen to Byron.
wanna
have it
spend,
on
like,
good authority.
$100 on it.
Oh my god. I have it
That's
on good
important.
authority that you guys ate very well this evening down in
Oh,
Monterey.
It was absolutely delicious. It was a Japanese restaurant here in Monterey called Umi, 4.9.
I was not invited.
He was not invited. I spent way too much, and I was the one who ate almost all the food. It was Japanese yakitori, straight up, just like how I used to eat it in Japan. So it's a sign I'm going back to Japan. I have to
Wow.
go back. I didn't get a beer or anything. I just got coffee, matcha, water, bunch of yakitori. I spend way too much money.
Okay, Thunder, you have to answer one question for us.
Okay.
Who is your pick in this women's tag tournament in AEW? Are you picking Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, who have now advanced, or are you picking the, what are they called? The Babes of Wrath?
Babes of Wrath.
Is that what they're called, Byron?
Yes,
Yeah, that's what they're
that's what they're called.
Yeah.
I like that, Babes of Wrath. Okay, so what's your pick?
The most obvious.
Tony?
Tony.
Of course.
You think she's going to do it again?
Why wouldn't she?
I don't think she's going to do it. I'm
called that,
going with the
like,
Babes.
when this started. So
It should have been me. Bye.
Right.
It should have been Thunder Tits.
it should have been
It
Thunder
should've-
Tits.
It
That
should have
should
been
that,
Thunder
been
Tits.
that
I
should
think we
have
all
been it.
agree with that.
Yeah. Well, you can go there and cause some mayhem and remove me now from the question. Anyways,
Well,
let's.
Hey, that would be super duper fun. That
Yeah.
would be a fun thing if they if she comes back, and you never know what Tony Khan has up his sleeve booking wise, but you never know. Maybe he'll throw her into the mix. Whoever wins has to challenge somebody, and it'd be nice to have a fresh face in there, right?
Well, Tony Khan, you heard here first. That is the way to go.
Look, Tony Khan is going to love this episode of the MMM show.
Oh, he is. Oh, I'm sure he's gonna get quotes out of it.
I mean, look, even Brent agrees.
Brent knows it's a
Rebecca,
good
That
episode.
should be the show.
No, Tony, keep listening, TK. We got you, dog. That's all I can say. We
Believe
got
me.
you.
Yeah.
I do want to start with the TNA.
Yeah, TNA.
I want to start with TNA
Yeah.
because this is a big shift in where things are going in the wrestling business, I think, in general. So if you haven't heard, the news this week is that TNA has finally gotten the TV deal that we've spoken about many, many times here. And there's going to be a little bit of a ripple effect. This was anticipated to a certain extent, though I think a lot of people were surprised that AMC was the home for TNA. This is actually a really, really big deal because AMC is probably one of the few premier cablers left out there that also has a decent streaming platform. They're high up on the dial in all the American cable platforms with great distribution. There's never any carriage issues with any of the cable companies, so they're always right there. They're always like channel 36 to 50.
They're reliable.
They're super duper reliable. They also perfectly fit the wrestling target demographic thanks to all of their Walking Dead and horror stuff and sci-fi stuff. So they're fitting that, tech bro and nerd culture, 18 to 35-year-old males, which is exactly what you want if you're TNA. It could very, very quickly move TNA to being the cool product. Could make it the product that really resonates with a lot of those fans that go to the conventions, that spend the money on wrestling, the super fans, that some of which have dropped off from AEW recently. I don't necessarily think that they should give up on AEW because I think that AEW right now is poised to really keep those fans happy. But TNA has made a big move with this deal of hopping to AMC starting January 15th. Couple of quick notes on the ripple effect is that a lot of talent there did not renew contracts yet for a few reasons. Some of them chose to hold out to see what the TV deal was going to be, and could potentially get let go because of that. Some of them TNA chose to hold out on because they didn't know what their budget was going to be like, and they wanted to offer them fair pay. So there's a few people in limbo. Some of them are just coming up naturally at the end of the year. TNA tends to do most of their contracts on a yearly basis. So you'll see a lot of people coming and going in December and January from TNA in general. But it's very interesting to see where some of those things are going to happen, where they're going to line up. It will also be interesting to see the changes in some of the contracts, because officially by signing this deal, it triggered a 60-day period for the official on paper relationship between WWE and TNA to cease. It's just legally, it has to be that way. The networks are in competition, and though, you know, WWE may appear on 10 million different networks, the AMC is not one of them. You know, they have deals with NBC Universal that get them on A&E and Peacock. They have deals with ESPN for the Stephanie McMahon thing and for the PLEs. They have deals with Netflix. They have deals, you know, all with USA still. They're just all over the place. But AMC is a completely separate brand. They're their own company, and they're not in turmoil like Warner Brothers Discovery is, because nobody knows what the hell's going to happen there, which puts AEW in a weird spot, especially since what Warner Brothers really wants to do is split apart the pay-per-view brands, the HBO Max, whatever, and the linear television stuff. And AEW is one of those products that really resides in both now. And from what AEW has said, though we haven't really seen official numbers, those streaming numbers are a big boon to their business. And Warner seems happy with those streaming numbers. But I don't know what happens if those split up. But regardless, TNA is on AMC now. They're no longer buried on AXS TV or whatever. This could really bring them to the forefront. So... yeah, but they have that show with Braun Strowman that they have a little piece of, because they let him keep the name for the show, and WWE does get a little piece of his food show, however it is on USA, but they are in the cooking game, so don't count WWE out yet. But I'd love to know what you guys are feeling about this whole TNA thing, and most importantly, why the hell is Santana only in one little clip at the end of that commercial for TNA on AMC? That commercial which dropped very quickly, by the way.
Anybody wants to go?
I'll go.
I thought AMC was made cars, so that's...
No, that's been a while since they did that. Yeah. You know, most AMC cars were made in Mexico. That's a longer story.
I thought it was the movie company that we have over here.
Well, are they not related? Like at some point,
they are not.
They are not. Oh wow. Okay.
AMC Network and AMC Theaters, I do not believe are connected at all.
Wow, that's crazy. I thought there was an independent. I think they did had a studio.
That would have been awesome if they got distribution
by the Dolan family.
That would be great if you can watch TNA. Company. I don't watch TNA, but you could watch TNA. Did AMC had Breaking Bad originally? Is that where it came originally?
Yeah, and AMC Theaters is owned by the Wanda Group, that big Chinese company that owns half the world. Yeah, totally separate. Oh wow, parent companies.
That'd be awesome though, like how TNA and Jarrett originally did weekly pay-per-views. They're so unconventional. Now you have to go to a movie theater once a week to watch TNA.
Oh, that would be great. That's
be
a way
awesome.
to kill this business. Well, I guess nobody wants to go. I am very happy
to go to WWE.
I'm very happy that wrestlers are gonna get better contracts, because I'm hoping they have a better structure with their economic status at TNA. You said earlier that Tony Khan is going to love this. Well, maybe not this part that I'm going to say next. I think this brings into light a very interesting problem for everything else, everything affiliated with AEW. And I'm going to point out CMLL. I was checking it out earlier just to make sure that I was not talking out of my ass. And their most recent video they have on YouTube, which is their actual platform to watch them. So I don't think they're on TV anymore. They're not on Televisa. They're not on Fox. They're not on any or Mexican Fox. Zorra, as Meefloaf will point out last week. It was 14,000 views.
Wow.
And if you go back to check AAA Puebla, which was not a super branded show, by the way,
Not at all.
It was nothing. It was a show. It just had Rey Mysterio on it at one point. It had 500,000 on YouTube, and
10 times the
I
coverage.
believe that CMLL has a paywall on YouTube, and of course that will create a problem. But also that's your revenue. I don't know what
I believe that video actually has more than 500,000 because
Well, I checked.
it aired on 3 different.
Yeah. But I mean, I just checked on the main on WWE. So
Right,
yeah,
and I think
WWE has
it's
500,000.
also up on the WWE Espanol
I know.
and the AAA accounts separately.
Okay.
So it's way up there.
So yeah. So my I know I hate that paywall. I do not get that part of why would you even have a paywall in Mexico? Like that makes no sense. So my thought is that TNA has a contract, AAA has a contract, AEW certainly does, but what's happening to all the peripherals of AEW? I want to see CMLL. I do. I enjoy it. I go, but I cannot go to Mexico City every time to watch, matches. So I want to be able to have a quality show on television. I don't see that happening. Again, I'm not a fan of TNA. I don't think I've watched a single minute this year. Have I watched? Maybe somebody. Well, I watched when Simon was on it, but that was because he told me he was going to be on it ahead of time, so that's why I watched it. But
So Tony,
yes,
just on your point, it was 450,000 on the AAA page. It was 290 on WWE and 140 on WWE Espanol. Yeah. So yeah.
So they had 1 million. No, that's my point exactly. What's happening with the other part of the ecosystem? What is the counterpart of WWE to AEW? TNA was part of it. I mean, I know you just mentioned that they are going to have to cut their working relationship, but it worked. It worked for both sides. People got.
I think they're going to continue it. I really do. I think that.
I don't see why
it's not going to be like it was, where it can just be, you book it that week, kind of free flow back and forth. But I think that WWE has seen a benefit to themselves. They have officially picked up Joe Hendry, by the way. Joe Hendry. He is officially a WWE superstar now, as announced by TNA management. That he has gone over there. I don't know if that ruins WWE's plans or not, but those guys were like, look, he ain't with us anymore. Hopefully, as part of this partnership, he can come back and do some stuff. But both sides are already talking like they're going to still try to continue to do stuff. They have every interest in doing that. It's the networks that may try to put the kibosh on some of that. So it'll have to be per event deals. One little slip of paper saying, hey, we're loaning this guy out or loaning this guy out is not.
Also, aren't there a lot of TNA? Aren't a lot of NXT people TNA champions like right now? Isn't that how
they have 60 days though to clear all that up?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be an onslaught of getting pinned everywhere.
I think but I think that is part of the ripple effect. You're going to see all those belts go back now, and also TNA contracts are going to change now to the point where the talent that is there is not going to be quite as free to go to other promotions as they previously were. Like, I don't know if you're going to see a TNA talent in an MLW or an NWA or an AEW. Like Cardona did all 3 this year. Cardona did WWE main roster. He did NXT, he did TNA, and he did AEW. Don't forget. So that kind of thing, I think, is part of this happening, is that's going to go away. TNA is going to have to focus on not necessarily trying to take down AEW or WWE, but they are going to have to focus more on their network, their people, their advertising, and getting their own foothold in the industry, so that they can expand the promotion back to some of its previous glory. They have a decent roster. They have some decent writing, minus the whatever they've done to Santana, which is just a bad piece of work.
Are they just going to let him go?
Garbage. No, Santana's contract isn't even close to up. He's got 2.5 years on his contract.
Oh, they're going to bury him before he tries to go to NXT.
So I think that Santana is a little bit of an issue. He's on the commercial though. He's the last face you see on that new promo. Again, like this golden era of Forbidden Doors, I think is going to start to shut down a little bit now. Like we've had our fun with it, but AEW has pillaged New Japan to the point where we don't care about that Forbidden Door much anymore. Oh yeah, let's make that not happen.
Please don't.
That would be so funny.
Bring Ryback in to be all elite.
That would be so funny. I would just love it for like he comes out and he has everyone vote on whether or not they want him to wrestle or retire, and they all vote retire, and he goes, something's wrong with this voting counting, whatever. We'll do it again next week.
They'd vote yes, and he'd wrestle, and they'd be like, "Yay, Ryback's the best thing ever. Ryback's better than anything." WWE dropped the ball on this guy.
Yeah, oh my god,
he's our guy, and he'd be champion within a year. He'd be John Moxley.
Don't encourage
Ryback.
This
Ryback's not the guy that they would make champion.
No, they would, because he's ex WWE, and that's what they do, isn't it? All their top guys are ex WWE.
I mean,
because WWE did them wrong, and now AEW does them right.
I wouldn't call Joe ex WWE. That's not where he made his name. That's not what people know Joe as. That's
people, but a lot of casuals do see it that way, and I've been seeing this debate everywhere. Yeah. But like to me, he's a TNA original. Like he's a TNA guy.
He's
TNA, or if you're going to be a super nerd, if you're going to be that guy who's like, oh, that's your favorite band. You know who's even better? The lead singer's side band. That's who you should listen to. If you're that guy, you go Ring of Honor, Samoa Joe.
Right. Yes, please. I would love to have Lee Moriarty.
Samoa Joe wrestling Necro Butcher Joe.
Ryback as a Ring of Honor pure champion. Let's book that.
Can I tell you who the big winner I think is in the whole TNA thing? The big winner. It's not Jeff Hardy, though you would think it was Jordan Grace from the commercial. It's not.
Yeah, because he was all over it.
But Jeff Hardy has maybe a year and a half left on those knees, right?
Who knows, man? I don't know. It's just people.
And maybe he really
not knowing when to quit is a wrestling staple. So
I mean, look, we all know when Matt walks around, he looks like he wrestled in New Japan for 10 years. Like he looks like he's in pain just walking. Matt is not long for this world of wrestling. He might be around for 10 million years, training his 15 kids, to be superstars. But I can't imagine Matt's going to last that long. Jeff probably.
Jeff has 15.
I feel like,
Matt has 15 kids.
No, Matt, I said. Matt and,
yeah. You know what's weird? I don't know. Maybe Meef is going to get heat for this, but out of the two of them, the one who resembles a luchador the most isn't the one with the 15 kids.
I got that.
Yeah.
Byron with the subtle syndrome. No, but who I think is the real winner here out of everybody? Tessa Blanchard.
Oh my gosh.
She can work her job again.
She can actually go to work and maybe get something done now and not have to wrestle like the hair and makeup girl or whatever that was on the last pay-per-view. Literally, she was wrestling like a backstage announcer girl. It was craziness. It's crazy time.
Like, you could say a lot about how she's blacklisted herself all over the country on almost every place she could work and this and that. But her pedigree as a wrestler and a draw is if you're going to go through the effort of actually hiring her, you don't have her wrestle the makeup girl.
Right. Like if she's there, she's there. Like, are you using the woman or not?
If you're going to put your head on the chopping block to say, and
there's a lot of cold feet
like
in
Tessa.
this industry nowadays.
Yeah. Well, but if you're gonna do the thing of bringing her in with all the controversy and all the kind of backlash that you're gonna get,
you bring back the Warrior. Yeah, you bring back Warrior, who everyone hates, and he had heat with everyone, and he said all the stuff he did, and you bring him back and you have him wrestle for the 24/7 belt. That's kind of like the booking idea of having Tessa do that.
Right. Like it didn't make sense. Like look at what WWE is doing with Brock. It's like for better or for worse, we're gonna bring Brock out when we want to bring him out, and he's gonna be in a big spot when we bring him out. He's either wrestling John Cena, he's headlining this Survivor Series thing. Like, if Tessa has Brock levels of go away heat, either do it or don't do it. Like, if they bring Jericho in somewhere, like I don't want to see Jericho stay at AEW at this point in time, because I don't think Tony Khan can do anything with him. So why should he stay there? He should go somewhere else. And if they're gonna shove Jericho down my throat for a year, then do it and go for it, or don't. But the half measures are silly to me. Especially
that's how it goes with when you have multiple major promotions, though. You keep yourself fresh. And Jericho's one of the smartest wrestlers at that. Of course he's gonna go back. That was always the thing. He's gonna go back when he's done drawing in AEW, and he's gonna go back and be the fresh new thing in WWE and get the retirement Hall of Fame spiel. And then who knows, when that's done, if he still needs to buy a new house or something, he'll go back to AEW and retire there. He's a wrestler, he'll just do whatever.
I retired from WWE. I didn't retire from wrestling.
Yeah, it's like you're just always chasing the next payday.
They will do a joint retirement tour for the first time ever.
The thing I was gonna say with Tessa as well is the other thing to do with her is you book her in just comical, ridiculous spots. Make it bad, make it so bad that the fans kind of laugh at first and think, "Oh, this is great, she's having," and then at some point that will switch into sympathy, which is hilarious.
I mean, look. Charlotte Flair was universally just hated by the wrestling industry not even a year ago. And they put her in a more fun, lighthearted spot and let her do some different stuff and let her just kind of be Ashley a little bit, where she's talking to, it's Ashley and Lexi. It's not really Alexa and Charlotte at all. And it worked. Like, now everyone's like, oh yeah, she's the greatest of all time. Love her. Never hated her. It's like, it's not that hard in wrestling to really rehabilitate someone if you want to. You just have to put them out there in the right light and kind of poke some fun or put them in a position, like if she's a heel, like let it work for you. But the half measures, it's just like, what are we even doing here? Like, there's no point in having her if you're gonna.
I mean, like, literally make her fall over in a puddle of mud, or someone pours dog food. I don't say the dog food thing, but like that kind of stupid. Oh my god, they actually.
No, it would be hilarious if it looked like she was getting hazed by the company for all of the bad things that she's done. It would completely rehabilitate her image. It'd be great. It would totally work, Meef. I love your plan. Let's do it. Let's call Tessa right now and tell her, Tessa, you have to fall down in the mud. Yeah. That's the only way you're getting back, girl.
Classic gets a jumper caught in the car. Everything's like, Tessa can't catch a break.
Right. It'd be awesome. I love this storyline. Now I kind of want to see TNA.
I'm going to get booked. Oh God, I'm going to have to get a passport now, aren't I? I'm going to have to get a passport because Tony's going to ring me in the morning and get me a job. Oh no.
Well, all being said, Tony Khan is still going to appreciate this though, because after what they did to Mike Santana, I'm really happy about their deal. I love what's going on there. I love to see wrestlers getting paid. I think it is going to help things out. I do think that there's one big issue for Tony Khan, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be the quality of the TNA product. They got some kinks to iron out over there to get the quality to the right level. But I think this absolutely ruins Ring of Honor. I mean, what do you do with Ring of Honor? It can't stay on Thursday night now, or maybe it can, but I mean, it's like TNA is going to own Thursday night.
But it's not on TV.
But it's not even on TV. It doesn't even compete.
But TNA wasn't either before. And now that it is, TNA was like on AXS or streaming. You had to have the TNA app or whatever. And Ring of Honor kind of resides in the same world. So it wasn't bad. It was like, okay, if you're really, really a wrestling fan, there's something you can watch on Thursday if you want to. But now, especially for the first 6 months, TNA is winning that. So what do you do with Ring of Honor at this point? Like, Ring of Honor is not even Dark Elevation at this point. What are we doing with this? With this premium brand that Tony Khan is sitting on? Like, why didn't he get this deal? What's happening here? Why isn't Ring of Honor something more than it is right now?
I think Ring of Honor is more like AEW
talent
sort of. like an extension of AEW. I don't think it's just the way they have to operate it to keep it operating cost worthwhile for the subscriptions they have. It's not its own thing like TNA is, so it has a harder time getting TV shows. But I don't think anything happens to it because I don't think there's anything to take away from it. It's a video on demand service, so people watch it Thursday or you watch it anytime during the rest of the week, and
You
they
put it
have
on
great
Mondays.
yeah, and they have great pay-per-views. So I just don't think that there is enough in Ring of Honor to take away by TNA being
What do you
on
mean?
TV.
My boy Bandido is the champion. What are you talking
No,
about?
I think it's great, but I think it's just it operates in a small bubble that's self-contained to make sure it makes sense business-wise with the numbers.
I want to answer
So-
Brent's question real quick.
What's
Brent
Brent's
wants to know,
question?
why is Athena still trapped in
Oh.
ROH? I'm going to tell you the
Oh my
honest
God.
What,
answer
Black
to that,
History
Brent.
Month?
The girls don't want to wrestle her. And this is the
Oh.
same problem she had in WWE. I'm not telling any secrets here. The girls don't want to wrestle her. It's not a talked about thing. I don't know if she understands it. I don't know if she understands why. She's just awkward for people to wrestle. She just is. And she's had this reputation for a long, long time. I don't know what it is. I love her style. I love how she wrestles. I don't see her like hurting a lot of people or anything. I mean, and there's
Yeah.
plenty of people in AEW that are a little too stiff, a little too rough. I don't think she's any worse than any of the other ones, but something about it,
Is
people
it a
just don't
build?
want to wrestle Athena. So it makes her a little
She's-
difficult to book because it means the bookers have to push her on the other girls. I think Tony Khan absolutely loves Athena.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the office absolutely loves her. And I don't think the girls dislike her as a person or whatever. I just don't think anybody's excited about wrestling her. So you don't have other people pitching ideas, or you don't have other people excited about going into programs with you. And that makes it difficult. She's got a different kind of heat, I guess you would call it, compared to other people. She doesn't have the like Tony Khan's not going to book you kind of heat that most people in those kind of situations have had. I think she has the other girls are trepidatious about working with you kind of heat. And that came with her from WWE. She absolutely had that reputation in WWE, and some of the top girls there, I think, really stifled her. And it's part of the reason why she left there and came to AEW in the first place. And AEW is a better place for her. I still hope that she gets a foothold on the main roster. I think her little dalliances there helped her a lot. I didn't hear any complaints about her when she was up, around the All-In time up on the main roster doing stuff. So I think there's a chance, but that is the real honest to God answer to your question, Brent. Yeah.
Well, that's the problem with the company with ROH. That we don't know what happens in ROH. Nobody reports it. It's not even out there. That's the problem. Nobody really takes time to.
I thought it was still on a hiatus, to be honest with you.
I see the gifts on the algorithms.
I mean, I
From
even
the
follow
gift
the
accounts.
ROH accounts, but like they used to post more of that stuff on the AEW main account sometimes, or they would at least put it on the
Yeah.
story. I really don't see a lot of it anymore, but I feel like there's not a ton of story. Like I followed like the Johnny and Taya Dalton Castle stuff. That was kind of fun. And some of Athena's stuff with the Minions and some of Red's stuff at the beginning and when she first got the TV belt, and some of the Billy Stark storylines and stuff. Like there were good storylines going on over there. And Bandito's stuff has always been great, but he's more match oriented than storylines. So there's not a lot to follow. You just watch a great Bandito match, and honestly, most of his matches end
That's
up
every
somewhere
single
else.
That's what I thought that was an answer for ROH. Like they could make it into the Lucha Libre division.
Mhm.
They should make it into something, and they should just leave
Byron
it.
did not like my idea.
No. It's just I think
He
that
objected visually with his eyes.
We know
it
why
would
Byron
it'd be
objected to
good
that.
to give it some sort of identity. I think at first I was remembering when it seemed like this was the place where the women signed by Tony Khan got to wrestle matches, because Ring of Honor had a lot of women representation on the cards, and Athena is the actual face of the brand,
Of the whole
beyond
brand.
all,
Yeah.
of the whole brand. And she also has her
Yeah, because
mini
they have
stable.
Bandito as a tag team champion almost as long as he's been ROH champion.
Yeah.
So he's
And
been
let's
on-
be honest, no luchador should be the face of any of the AEW brands because they're going to get hurt the way they wrestle in AEW. He's not. I mean, how
I'm
long is
happy.
Bandito going to be around before he's out again?
Mm.
Well, hopefully a long time.
I do.
Please,
I hope so too. I love
mijo,
that dude.
cuídate,
That
por
dude
favor.
is
Cuídate,
salt of
mijo.
the
Yeah.
earth.
No
At least he
escuches a
gets
estos
paid.
güeros. Al güeros y al Justin.
Yeah.
Don't listen to it. Don't listen to the
Oh.
güeros.
Yeah,
Brent, I
just
am
to
not
put it into
going
the
to
universe.
Columbus
You
because
don't speak
Don't
these
listen to
things
these
into the
Redos.
universe.
What?
You don't speak these things into the universe, do you?
No,
You
no,
ask
that's what I'm
about
saying.
Juju.
Do not let him. Yeah. See, that Danny is already like, no, my boy. That
Justin's a
Bandido
blooper.
is from the same place he's from, so that's why.
don't worry. If it does happen, it'll be on the most epic go home show before a big pay per view that you can
Oh
imagine.
God! Damn. Right before the like revolution or
Just
fucking
saying.
Like,
all
One of his
in.
last injuries, like the most ridiculous. Like, I can't remember fully because I drop in and out of things, but he had like lots of little ones, didn't he?
Yes.
Like after, yeah, and it was like
Yeah.
silly, like wrists and
Well, and this is part of what happens. Like Roosh has been nursing stuff forever, and finally it got to the point where it's like, okay, guys, I need to go get surgeries now, and it sucks because Roosh is another one that just like Tony Khan likes the guy.
Definitely.
He keeps getting these semi big, semi big things that could turn into a push, but then something always happens. One of his boys falls out of the posse, or whoever he's supposed to be feuding with is something happens with them, or then he gets hurt, or whatever. Like Roosh is just another guy that I think Tony Khan would make him into a big star. He's kind of hovering where like Swerve was hovering when he was with Keith Lee, of like, okay, as soon as you let this guy do it, he'll do it. He'll do the thing for you. He'll be a big star. I think he has every bit of that same potential that Swerve had at that point in time, but Roosh has got to be around long enough to do that. And he's got to stick through the Tony Khan BS long enough to be like, dude, I'm here. I can do this.
there's one thing Tony Khan hasn't used yet though, with Roosh. He hasn't booked the match against LA Park and forced them into actually doing it. The mask and hair, just do it, make it happen.
But Tony's not going to pay extra money for that, so those guys aren't going to do it.
Yeah, but
He just put like
but if you
$4
give
million
LA Park
on match results on the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
$4 million.
I don't know why WWE or AEW aren't doing real Apuestas matches. I don't understand
because they don't want to pay. Oh, like they don't understand the way of getting the mask.
Yeah, they don't understand that these are career-defining moments.
The last
you make
time
something
Americans did the mask
big out of
matches,
it.
what happened? It was
Eric
WCW,
Bischoff.
and they just started. Yeah,
They took a mask off Rey Mysterio, and then they had a 14-year-old boy wrestling on their show all of a sudden.
mm-hmm.
You don't like the filthy animals? You didn't like the filthy animals?
I mean, it helped Hoovy, I suppose.
I mean,
Well, he was the filthiest animal, so yeah.
I mean, they were fun for what they were, but Ray didn't need any of that. He's Rey Mysterio. Can we curse? What are we? 5 minutes?
Yeah,
in?
we're way past. Yeah,
he's Rey fucking Mysterio. He doesn't need the filthy animal gimmick. Keep the hood on. Do your stuff. You don't need anything complicated.
I don't think it hurt him. I don't like the fact that Ray left.
It did. Yeah, there's a lot of people like me that were fucking pissed at that, and it took me out of wrestling. I mean, not a lot, but I was like, wait, what? And I felt disrespected too because it made no sense. Yeah, it did hurt him. I mean, of course, he's had a badass career, and nobody remembers that part. But at that time, I was like, wait, what the fuck?
And
I remember that part.
In Mexico?
Come on, he was standing next to Tigress. How can you forget Tigress?
Okay.
Everyone's like, who? I guess you can forget Tigress.
I guess you have to be a fan of Tigress.
Was that when Disco spelled his name with a Q?
Yeah, it was.
Didn't they end up with some weird stuff with Ray down in Mexico because of like also putting on the mask again?
They let him put on the mask again.
Yeah, well,
I know.
I did, but Yeah.
I don't even
He
know
did the
how
right
he
way,
got
but-
back in the mask. Was that a AAA thing?
No, it was a
Well,
there was a
WWE.
WWE.
Yeah.
When they brought him back, they just like, that didn't happen.
Oh, that was smart at least.
Well, he was out for
Yeah.
that kind of world for what, a year, 2 years, was it? Before he went back onto a major company from
I don't
WCW?
know.
Because it wasn't
Um,
straight away. He wasn't straight away across, was he?
No, he probably was one of the guys with a good contract that WWE didn't want to pay for.
Yeah, I don't remember him being involved with any of that invasion stuff. So he probably
No, he
sat
was
at
not
home
in
with
the
his money
invasion thing at all.
and then came back later.
Vanessa
Yeah.
Sanchez. Okay, that's who Tigress is. Okay.
Yeah, did you have to look it up?
What?
Tony
It's
looked
like-
up Tigress.
like, oh, she was
One of the
Nitro
natural girls that they
Natural
started
girl.
putting into the show.
girl. Yeah.
Right. That
God bless
Conan
the
put in
natural
his
girls.
group. I wonder why. Good for you, Conan. All right, so I want to talk about this. I want to talk about what happened on the this weekend, or what
Oh.
didn't happen.
Is this our pops and drops?
No,
No.
this is. I just want to talk about this pay per view.
Do we?
Dude. You
Can
got
we
about 3
resume?
seconds.
Can we resume it? It's just like very quick. It will be very simple. Survivor Series War Games 2025 San Diego was bad. That's it. Let's move
And
on.
let's list
I just,
in what
like-
areas it was bad.
I
All of
don't understand.
Meef got mad at me because I gave it a D plus. I think that was like
You gave it a plus. You put a plus on there.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
I
thought it
just
was
want to
very
know,
generous.
like, I just want to know what in the world was WWE thinking when they put this thing together? How in the world was anything that they were laying out in these matches supposed to compare to Blood and Guts? How is it supposed to compare to their own Monday Night Raw? Like, there was just no level of excitement to anything in that pay-per-view other than John Cena versus Dom. Even Steph Care, like, the crowd was like, okay, this was,
Well,
I
it's
feel like we
Bella.
could have
Who-
seen this anywhere.
Who she was
Um,
wrestling.
Yeah. You got to start at the very first point of this whole thing. It's going to be my drop of the week, so I'll go on it. Changing the layout of the seating a day or so before does not
that's-
equal a happy crowd.
That's one of the biggest complaints right now.
Yeah. Did you
I
see
know
the videos
people
of
who were
people
there.
queuing?
There was no one happy with their seats. The people up in the top didn't like their seats. The people down on the floor didn't like their seats because they were all clocked at some weird angle. So everyone was
Mhm.
doing this the whole time.
So that's the same like thing they do where it's like that, and then kinks that they had at Money in the Bank in London and for the SmackDown there as well. They do it quite a lot actually. If you look at some of the stuff they do abroad, they do that entrance quite a lot, and then they have the bank above. But yeah, the people sat behind fireworks, and they had to go and queue to sort out the ticket situation. And then the people at the arena were like, "We have no solution. There isn't a solution." So like people actually had to stand on the in the aisles of the floor, because when you go to the arena, it looks packed on TV, but when you're actually there, there's big spaces, isn't there? Quite often, where there's nothing, and like people apparently were
all the
having to stand
stadiums
in
are
those.
a little bit like
Yeah,
that, though.
apparently people were having to stand in those areas, and then some people didn't even get anything. Like they were having to go and find empty seats by themselves, all this crazy. And I think some people were in there just queuing, missed like the first hour.
Well,
Yeah,
there used to be a time when people will vote with their money and they will not buy the next pay-per-view. But you motherfuckers, Americans,
Yeah.
have even ruined that shit. So yeah, oof, every time I say
well, you
Americans,
can't do that
Byron
now because
jumps
it's
out of
behind the
fucking
paywall.
shit.
So you're basically either in the paywall or you're not. You know,
I mean,
No,
if
but I
you
mean
look
like
at what happened in
but going
France,
to the place, because now what I've heard of what I've been finding out is that most of these seats are bought by corporations for like the yearly retreats instead
Yeah,
of like going to Cancun, and they just like, hey, who wants to go see John Cena last match in San Diego? Well, that we're gonna take 150 of our employees and fly them to San Diego, and that will be your yearly company.
Well, and they covet those things because all the season tickets for the regular sports teams are taken up by other people and whatnot. So you can't just buy those per event now. You basically have to buy tickets from a season holder if you want good ones. And so these other big events that come to town, big concerts and wrestling and stuff like that, become now the events that the corporations are buying up tickets to, which is
Like having
fine.
a
Look,
corporate box,
it's
isn't it?
paying friends
You
of ours. Like,
no, I'm okay with that, but that's not the point. The point is like, in order to the product improve, it has to be some sort of punishment when the product is not good, and that is out of the equation now.
yes,
There is nothing that will encourage you to make a better at least, and this is where TK is gonna be very happy. At least AEW still has that part, that if the numbers were down on the last pay-per-view, well, maybe I will put now 28 matches, or
You just have to
12
look what's happened since the Netflix deal was announced, and yeah,
no,
ever
of
since
course,
that's been
but
announced,
what I'm
it's
saying
been like
that
it?
is the problem. There is no immediate feedback economically for these companies, and 4 matches for what was like the cheapest ticket, $250 without an obstructed view. That's not good, man.
and I get that
that's
stuff.
not
And they
good
made
even
that
for like
obstructed,
a
obstructed.
But the company
independent
TKO
show.
doesn't care. It's not about that anymore. It's not about the fan experience that brings them back to the next
About the
show.
family.
Okay, but
etc.
okay, so I get all that. I get the TKO of it all. Like I know these guys. I get how they work. I understand that. What I don't understand at this point, however, is when they first got the company, everyone was all like, Triple H is the Booker of the Year. It's not Tony Khan and blah, blah, blah. Is Triple H the Booker of the Year now? This stuff is terrible, man. Like the booking, like what would the guy runs in, we don't hear anything more from him. Obviously they've got some reveal later, but at all these press conferences, all we hear from Heyman or Triple H or any of these guys is just keep watching. We got more good stuff. Or we hear this Monday Night Raw is going to be a banger. No, it wasn't.
And
it was decent.
No, it was. I actually stayed up to watch part and then gave up.
What you thought was
Because
going
to?
That's the problem. That's the problem. You should not
Yeah, I know.
watch.
I'm the problem.
You should wait for
Yeah.
those numbers to drop like terribly. That's what should happen. I'm just gonna say right now, in this November war of wrestling companies, AEW beat WWE.
AEW is the big winner. Period.
AEW beat the shit out of WWE.
And it's real easy. It's real easy. If you want to know why that is the case, I want you to look at the women's Blood and Guts and compare it to the women's Survivor Series. Okay,
God.
yeah, EO did a cool trash can spot off the top. There was a couple of moments.
Cool?
It wasn't cool because there was 8 girls standing around at the bottom like this for 5 minutes, and she was like doing this with the trash can.
I complained about it, and then what is Jim? She should be on this one because he was like, "Oh, that's how TV is." No, it's not. You can do it better.
The funniest part is it reminded me of Mortal Kombat when it was like finish her.
It just felt like
for like 20 seconds.
I have 2 things to say about that. One, it felt like it was going into the match. It was her gimmick thing to do, so she did it and it had no bearing or anything at all with the match or the story that you're there watching. She's just going to go up there and do it. On the other hand, they're selling a figure where she has a trash can from like the first or second spot.
Yeah,
she has a thing. They're selling it. I get that
thing as well.
So anyway,
she usually does it kind of organically, though, doesn't she? She's usually
that's the thing.
Whereas
it should have been.
It was this whole thing of, oh look, we can do AJ Lee getting the trash can up there, and that meant that people actually had to stand around. You forced the standing around.
Yeah, I mean the thing is,
kind of her get into a spot whilst people were doing stuff, and then it happens. It was, oh no, everybody, this is 3 minutes now to set up this spot.
Yeah. I mean, in wrestling, that's how you do wrestling in general. You take something that you have to set up or sort of fake, and you have to do smoke and mirrors and make it look convincing. And with high risk type spots like that, you have to, and in hardcore matches too, you have to figure out, how are you gonna distract the audience over here while over here someone's climbing somewhere tall or setting up a table and chairs or whatever, you know? So I mean, it's just you have to do the smoke and mirrors to make it work. Like me said, you can't just have people stand there, but you can do something where like the people in the ring are doing something interesting, and then next thing you know, you look up at top and there she is. She could have taken 15 minutes to get up there, but as long as you don't, your direction isn't paid to her. Then
And also, production-wise, the camera was on a wide angle the whole time,
yeah,
letting us know. It's just why.
Yeah.
I hate that
Why?
in like normal matches when
Yes.
someone it's just or you see someone shuffle to the corner to their spot on the ground. Yeah, it's
And don't get me
They
wrong,
can't-
I want there to be safe landings. Like I would rather
Yeah.
have them look stupid and set up a safe landing than not. But at the same time, like let's time these things a little bit better. Let's look at these things like, you know, can we pretend to at least be having a little skirmish amongst each other while we're down there setting up for the spot? That's the way they
That's
used
the
to do it in
point. Why
WCW.
didn't they got into like why were they all standing together? Like we know we want safe landings, we want wrestlers to be safe. Why were they all like, we're gonna catch you?
This is something that has changed, and the producers and agents should be fixing this stuff. Because if you go back and you watch old WCW, there was plenty of big dives from the top in those lucha matches. But what the guys would do is they would be on the ground, they would be, you know, punching each other and kind of skirmishing. Then there was one spotter who was spotting the move coming, and they would kind of grab everyone and bring them into the spot, and then everyone would look up at the same time at the end. It was well-timed, well-choreographed lucha libre, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Even, you know, Tony, when you and I went to CMLL, there was 5 spots like that were 10 times more dangerous, and the action on the floor was not suspect at all. Those guys got there in time. They did it at the last minute, and they were looking up, and they were in the moment, and they were doing the spots the way you're supposed to do it. Now, again, I would rather have them be safe, but at the same time, there is a way to accomplish that.
I don't know if WWE is the place for that though.
Oh, I'm becoming Byron now. Also, although no, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think this, and I was mentioning this to our previous guest here on the show. I was telling AEW women's locker room stock went up.
Absolutely
by this comparison, because they do not look in the same level. They do like in the same league. The AEW, I mean, just whatever they. I mean, of course, we have things like, you know, predictable stuff like today that Tony Storm won. I did like. I thought it was like, yeah, of course. But if you compare both divisions, it's not even fair, because what the AEW women's are willing to do. It's just there is this comparison online, and I really hate this. I know we're part of it, but I know I hate this comparison. Like they have your favorite, what's her name? By Meefloaf. What's your favorite wrestler, female wrestler? She's from
Sky Blue.
La Hydra.
No.
Yeah, the Hydra.
No, yeah, sí, claro. No.
Pop of the week. Meets Pop of the week, the Hydra.
Pop of the week every week.
No, Becky Lynch.
His other favorite, Becky.
His other favorite, yeah.
He's
Becky Lynch
now.
getting her head stepped on, and then you have
what's
her name?
The foot, the barefoot.
Yeah, the barefoot stepping on the glass moment. That alone, it's I mean, if you put those products together, you were like, what is this other, you know, completely different kind of universe that we're at?
And the thing is, if they'd happened obviously months apart, the cage matches, it wouldn't necessarily be a direct comparison. People would have drawn them together, but when they happen within week and a half,
it's like 3 weeks.
That is the biggest problem, because that's what I'm telling you. This is a direct competition,
recency.
And AEW won because it was an answer to the other thing.
Right.
And
like AEW is known all year that Survivor Series was coming.
Yes.
So this was their turn to counter program a little bit with like, we're going to show you how to do it 3 weeks before you do it. And honestly, Tony Khan might have been better off doing it right after. I don't know. Maybe that shows him up, or maybe being ahead of them is better because it doesn't look derivative.
No,
it also looks better too.
They went in with the advantage. It's like they were 2-0. well, not 2-0 is not a good score. 3-0 at home, and then they went too close, and they,
It's giving them enough rope to hang themselves.
yes,
You do
that-
it
it's-
amazingly first, and you go, let's see what you do. And when you do something
Yeah.
terrible,
And
it's
on my
that's a
personal,
choice you've made.
Well, I think
You've
people
given them the opportunity, and they've chosen not to do a good product. Whereas the other way around, they went first, and then you chose to do something over the top, gory, and like crazy, as a reaction to it. Whereas this time, you take the kind of moral high ground in the sense that you did it and went, well, we weren't reacting to you, you were reacting to us, and we did
Mhm.
something terrible in a lame sense, not in
Yeah.
a
and going first, you write the narrative.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone automatically saw blood and guts, whatever they thought of it. They're like, well, there's no way WWE with their no blood, no like bad violence policy is going to have a cage match that's going to be like this. Like
Wait,
they
is
already
Daniel
like
actually saying you like Daniel? Are you saying you liked Survivor Series?
no, he's saying he liked the.
let's talk about
he
Hydra,
liked
probably the Hydra, I think.
La Hiedra. Why you got La
Hiedra.
Hydra? You guys fucking destroy their name.
I have a question.
Do you want
I
us
have
to
a
butcher
question.
it in Spanish instead, Tony?
Yes, please. Let's
Gotcha.
yeah.
La Hydra.
Byron,
Hiedra,
answer this
cabrón.
question for me. though.
Hydra.
Answer this question for me.
I already did.
This question.
Oh,
Who are the top 5 most recognizable people in wrestling to casuals right now that are
Yeah.
active wrestlers? Give me the top 5.
Lady Shani.
I'm gonna answer that with a paragraph. I'm gonna say WWE. They're gonna be WWE faces.
Yep.
I mean, obviously it's Rhea Ripley because that's who everyone wants to see
Okay.
on OnlyFans. And then
There's not enough
beyond
money
that,
in this planet to pay her. Like
I mean, she does she's making a ton of money doing everything that she would have to do on OnlyFans. Like you don't have to do more than what she's doing.
No,
but
but we don't have enough money to
have
pay
enough
her.
money to-
Yeah, there's not
Yeah.
enough money in this planet.
But I'm saying it's going to be WWE stars.
Yes.
But I think, and this is how I would compare the two pay-per-views as well.
Jesus Christ.
WWE promotes. You're gonna get more people knowing Survivor.
Byron, get
Byron,
to the numbers.
answer
gonna
the
get
Give
more
us the
fucking
name.
question.
I'm answering it.
No, you're
So
not.
it's only gonna take
We
longer.
only
if
have
you
an
keep
hour
doing
on the
this.
show.
So
I'll give you
WWE is
Rhea as
good at
one of them.
promoting, and then what? I'm
Give me the
trying to
five.
answer. I'm trying to answer. It's only taking longer. It's only gonna take longer if you
Oi,
guys keep doing
Tolkien,
this.
fucking answer it.
We
So
anger it.
It's Lord of the
I'm
fucking Rings over here.
saying they're gonna be WWE stars, just like more people knew and watched and went to Survivor
Cody
Series
Rhodes,
and buy
Seth Rollins,
WWE
Brock
tickets.
Lesnar,
But
Rhea Ripley.
people
There you
are
go.
going to be more satisfied and happy with paying money once they've paid it to see AEW stars. By and large, I think just like if you go to an AEW show, you're gonna and you're there for wrestling.
Everybody on the chat,
You're
put the
going to
names
have
before he
a
finishes.
good time, you know. But AEW doesn't promote it. They don't promote as well, so their stars are not going to be stars on the same level globally as on the cereal box sort of thing like WWE. So just pick fucking 5 assholes
being a
from
politician
WWE.
and
It
you're
doesn't
filibustering.
fucking matter.
Are you on part
The
two?
Miz.
Okay. So Rhea, Roman, Cena, CM, Cody is our last answer here.
Throw in the Miz. Throw in the Miz. Twice.
Yes.
Put the Miz on twice.
Hey, he was
all
in Road
of
Rules.
these names were on this pay-per-view. How can you take the top 5 biggest stars in all of wrestling that are currently active and have that shitty a pay-per-view? How can
I
you
answer
give
that
me
for
a
you.
match that has Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes in the same fucking match and it be that dreadful? How is this
And-
possible?
Yeah.
How
I
is
answered
it
your
Nothing's come
question.
out of it.
I already answered that.
Put that comment,
Yeah.
please. Put that comment on the last one. What the fuck? Who does that?
Wow.
That's hey,
What a
Adrenaline
mark, man. Let me tell
in
you
my
that.
soul.
I'm
saying there's 2 problems here is what I'm saying, Byron. There's
can I
2 problems here.
can I make a quick point though
No.
about
Yes.
that?
Is it quick?
Gotta
Can
be
you?
quick.
I
Can you?
also
Quick.
I also have put on wrestling themes in the morning while I drink coffee to try and suck myself up for the day. I've done
I thought
Cody
you
Rhodes a
sucked
couple
him.
times. What?
I thought you said to suck myself.
control.
Psych. He says psych. His
Neve, I don't-
accent,
He just looks the sort.
his
You
accent is not
overestimate
great.
my physical abilities
Your
and flexibility.
No, I don't
flexibility.
overestimate you taking some ribs out. That's what I don't overestimate.
I don't have the money to do that sort of thing. But I put on Tetsuya Naito's theme this morning, and I
Nakamura.
was like running in circles. Going
Lights go up. I'm home. Whoa.
no, it's not.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Dakota-
demonetized.
His father said.
Great.
I don't think
Now
we
we're
can
gonna-
get monetized because I don't even think AI can pick up what I was just doing vocally. I don't.
I will.
I don't think it sounds
Right.
like anything. All right. Well, look, it sucked. It totally sucked.
Elevated. Also, a great pump up song. This is what we're talking about now. Do another one, Dan. What's another one?
Is it Dan? Wow.
What?
Glass shatters.
No, it's Nakamura's theme tune.
You know what I get
Nakamura's-
down to? What I get down to when I'm, waking my kids up to go to school in the morning? That Our Lady Peace song that used to be the So whatever you want, whatever you know that one I'm talking about. It was the Canadian guy's theme song?
Doesn't. No,
The guy
I
who
only
used to be in
watched.
WCW, the one with the flying headbutt, that guy.
I only watched.
Oh God.
I don't know who you're talking about. No idea.
Let me tell you, when I put that song on and I go in to wake my kids up, they get right out of bed.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
interesting. There are
I've,
people.
got,
who
I've now
didn't-
got kids running around with the POV shot. Like,
Come on, Byron. You know you like that joke. You know
I
you
don't
like
know
that
this.
joke, Byron.
There are
Homer
people.
loves that coat.
There are people who aren't. I have friends who aren't wrestling fans who get that reference and it'll bum them out for the day. If you throw it out there.
I can't help it, man. I was
it
watching
is
too
a
many
really
Norm
sad moment
McDonald
in
clips
time.
today.
The
It's
dogs
your
are in the
fault.
pool house.
You're the one who sends me all the Norm McDonald shit.
He's so good. I have a chalkboard in my
Was-
dining room.
he
And one
was so
time
good.
Casey was over. We were all doing some sort of game, and he played a game of Hangman on the Hangman, not to be confused, on the chalkboard, and like the answer was Crispin Wall,
Wow.
just out of nowhere. For
Okay.
no reason.
But let me
Anyways.
let me bring everything back for a moment.
Can you ask us the question finally?
Yes, the final question is, in a very sad turn of events, wrestling lost a very important figure this week, and I'd like to know your thoughts on losing Larry Punk. Larry
It's
Punk
very
has gone
sad.
over the
Well,
Rainbow
on
Bridge,
Saturday
and it
night,
was a very
I-
big story in wrestling this week, and I'd like, you guys can just have a few moments to reflect on Larry's time in the world of wrestling.
I didn't know Larry was going to pass, so I jokingly suggested, whilst we were bored watching Survivor Series, that what they should have done is have Larry in a cage suspended above the ring, and they were wrestling for his dog.
Oh, I remember you said that
So the timing
earlier
was great.
today.
And you didn't know the dog had passed?
No,
No,
it,
we
it
didn't
know
already
that.
had happened though. What?
Oh,
But I couldn't
that's
answer.
so-
Oh god, that's even
awful.
worse.
Oh, you're the worst human ever. That's amazing.
He's
I was like, if
almost as
Larry-
bad as.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
That's
guess
the
you
thing.
did
When
love
like
me.
it's sad news, and it makes you want to hold your own fur balls. I have two cats who aren't allowed in here while
Ira,
I do
stop
the
touching your
podcast.
balls.
You guys are depriving me of my cats right now, but that's
We're
okay.
depriving you of touching your fur balls.
But
I understand.
why did you say that instead of pussy?
So-
it was right there with
It
cats.
was right there.
I
It was
I
right there.
will.
Oh, it was a lob. It
unkayfabe
was a
my
soft
character.
lob to be knock out of. Anyway,
Totally
I
Yes.
lost.
I don't know what
lost
happened,
3
folks.
of my dogs last year. Oh no! In the last 2 years, I lost 3 of my dogs.
Lucina.
did you see? Kenta posted a story on his Instagram, which was just a picture of his dog being alive today.
Oh God.
Oh
Dang
god!
it.
Oh
That's
no!
brutal.
Kenta will not hesitate to hate on Punk.
I'm surprised they didn't tag something like "go to sleep" in it as well.
Hashtag not friends.
This,
Oh,
this,
man.
this is the first time. This is the first time in my life that I actually haven't had a dog in my house.
Hmm.
I've always had dogs.
What happened to them?
But, well, one of them died running around the garden a couple of years ago, which was hilarious because he died like this. His
That's
heart
hilarious?
exploded. His heart exploded mid-run. It was hilarious.
This British humor, guys. British humor.
And 'cause the other dog was chasing him. The older dog was chasing him. It was hilarious. And then Toby was just blind and had tumors, so we just were like, "Gotta get rid of him." And that was last year. Or the
You
like,
just got rid of your dog because he
no,
wasn't
no, 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 no,
entertaining
no,
to
no,
you?
no, no, no. Byron, he was dying, slow and painful death.
I'm dying slow, painful death. No one will put me out.
We can tell.
We look like it.
I got 3 hours of sleep last night.
But Cody, because obviously I was having house renovations. My mum was staying in a caravan at the bottom once the house renovation was going on, and Cody was a
Truth.
Belgian Shepherd cross with a collie,
Malevolent type pet
and
care.
What does malevolent mean?
and basically he died in the middle of the night. Just boop.
Oh,
Okay, so
Yeah.
on a serious note, I brought my dog because it took me 10 years to get a new dog because my
Oh.
previous one died 1 month after my dad passed away. So it was
Oh.
like one of those like double whammies in life that they want to take it down. And I mean, not that I had a big problem or anything like that, but with my dog, I did had like a moment to find a lot of like stress relief. Like I will just get on a routine of walking the dog every day in the morning, and that helped me out a lot. So I understand the deep problem that it was that Larry, because I mean, in that is a dog that witnessed a lot of things that everybody wished they had witnessed, if you know what I mean. It was right there in the middle of some one of the greatest gossip in wrestling history. So I understand.
You're talking about CM Punk's training at Duke Rufus's gym for his UFC fight, right?
Oh, sure. Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, so I understand, and I really hope they don't take it into wrestling. However, wouldn't that be the best thing? Somebody mentioned something to Pong about the dog, because that would be the fucking moment where because we would not know anymore what happened is real or not. That would be perfect kayfabe.
Blur the
Because
line.
because it will blur the line, but at the same time, like, let's not do that. But dogs are very important in people's lives because some of us decide not to have kids. So yeah, it's a very popular dog. It's like when what's called
unconditional love.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was wrestling fans like full on crying and doing tributes on Twitter and stuff. Like, it was amazing. It was literally one of the biggest stories of the week.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, it's just for me, like what I was saying, it brought me a lot of inner peace. I can actually say that I got sober because of my dog. Well, I got sober too because I had to lose a lot of weight, and that's being an idiot. But I mean, that's the kind of transformative thing that dogs can be in your life, right? So yeah, and this was a very popular dog. I would say it's almost like Jon Stewart's dog. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that dog was very popular. He only had 3 legs, so he was very popular. So it's kind of the same thing.
Right. All right. Well, let's move on to some pops and drops. You guys want to go pops first this week or drops first?
I don't know.
Well, let's go for pops first, since we've been nice after that last one.
Okay. So after that last thing, my pop of the week has to be Dominic Mysterio.
Damn it.
I mean, we can have the same pop because let's face it, that was just for a pay-per-view that was absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Liv, even though you could see it coming from a million miles away, we talked about this result. We figured he was going to get the belt back. But there was reason to suspect that maybe he would still lose, and Dom could have worked with that, but it just worked for me. Loved that match. I think a lot of people are saying that the whole Dom shoulder thing was completely a setup.
I don't think so.
It seems to me like the concept of something like that was there, but that was not supposed to be the execution, and that he did actually tweak his shoulder some.
No, I go by the TV angles and the communications that happen. Yeah. So as soon as you see this, and and the camera going like this to another thing, and then like a lot of conversation, I'm sure like there was an idea something, but it also
looked like real. Cena said something to the ref and then tapped Dom's shoulder as if he was showing him what was the thing. And there are certain signs that you learn how to read in these things. So I think they gave him some time, but it still did also set up the finish that they were trying to get to anyway. What I think is insane is that Dom still did the splash. I think that was probably not a very smart idea because it looked like he came up even more in pain after that on the shoulder. And then he's trying to hold up the belt after the match. He hands one of the belts to Liv, but he's standing on the wrong side and he tries to raise it up and he's like, nope, not doing that. And he just brings it back down. And it wasn't like he wasn't even selling it at that point in time, because why would you sell an injury that you were faking in the middle of the match?
I mean, they could have realized it was maybe more of a pop than an issue. Like, you know, if it's not broken, if it's just a pop, it's going to be excruciating pain.
Danny makes a really good point. He says, was that a WWE match? I thought it was a AAA match. So maybe that's why it was the only good match on that night.
Look, I'll tell you the other reason why I think that was the only good match of the night is I believe that they went out there with maybe 2 or 3 spots in mind, and Cena called everything else. And I got to say, I'm to the point now where I really just miss that. I get what AEW does, and it's the New Japan thing, and the only way to have matches like that is you really got to talk through them. You got to work it out. Like, you can't do the Kenny Omega, you know, quadruple hype finish thing without really working it out backstage. The Young Bucks do it. Kenny does it. Kyle Fletcher does it. Will Ospreay does it. These guys have to uber lay out the matches, and they are the top guys at AEW, so it trickles down, and basically that's just how matches are done at AEW. You go in the back, you sit down with everybody, you work out spot by spot by spot, the whole thing. The ref memorizes it, the talent memorizes it, and then you go out there and perform it. And anybody forgets something, they radio it into you, the producer radios it into the ref, and then they get back on track for how the match was laid out. I don't think Cena had any of that going on in any of his last 5 matches. You can see Cena out there, and he's terrible at table talking. I mean, you see him calling spots all the time. And guess what? It doesn't matter. It works so well. And Dominic, smart kid, he has really learned this craft. I think he went along with all of it. I think Cena gave him the time he needed to get back up from the injury. I think they worked it into the story perfectly. They had that crowd eating out of the palm of their hands. I think the Liv entrance was perfect. I thought maybe she really was turning on Dom for a second there, because obviously, she's coming back. She's getting a big babyface pop anyway. They could have gone that direction very easily, and especially with how bad Triple H's writing has been as of late. But I don't think Triple H wrote this. I think John Cena wrote this, and from what I've heard, John Cena has written a lot of this last run, for better or for worse.
They owe 6 months, Justin. They owe 6 months. You need 6 months back off of Cena.
Why? You didn't like the heel? But here's the thing. As bad as the John Cena heel turn was, I don't think you get this ending without it. I think that people would have been over it. I don't think that John would be getting the reaction that he got. It was worth it for them to try something that he hadn't really done in a long time, to give it a shot. I think it was very poorly executed and very poorly thought out, but I think it allowed for him to just be like, nah, just kidding. Go back to the other thing. And then everybody was like, thank God, and was so happy to be done with the dreadful thing that the status quo thing that we're getting now is gangbusters. Everybody's loving it because they gave us something really, really awful. And you got to remember, that is part of wrestling. That was part of the Vince McMahon formula that, for better or for worse, whatever you want to say about Vince, always worked. He would disappoint the crowd enough times to make you want the better thing. And then when you got the better thing, you were super happy about it. That's part of the trick of wrestling.
Unlike Cody Rhodes' title wins.
Well, Cody's going to have to give up that thing.
But the great thing with Dom's possible injury, if he has got something, you don't need to do anything because you just give him a microphone. You know what I mean?
Hello? Did we lose
Justin? Oh, Justin froze.
Justin froze.
Oh, what happened there?
You did that to him.
Yeah.
All right. We are all the hosts of the show now. Tony, what is your pop? What is your pop of the week?
Well, it was the same thing. But also I think that because of the women's match, was no, listen to me. Stephanie Baker can make anybody look good, and that was a very weird spot they put her on with the Vela. You can tell she was not really, ring ready or whatever we want to call it, and Stephanie's coming to this point where she can make anybody look good. I mean, she's been doing it for a while, but I think that was just showing, because that was the only thing that I can remember. Is just I don't even know. I mean, I think I remember the ending of the War Game match with the women, but I don't think I am 100% sure of how it was.
Io did the dive, and then directly after that, Becky Lynch was left by herself, and then people did some moves, and she didn't tap out apparently.
Oh, she was calling
the
her team.
thing. Did you see the where the Devil's Kiss, where she doesn't?
I'm
do
aware
the
of
knees?
it.
On the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm aware that.
Oh no! When she did it in the ring, she didn't do the knees. So you see Steffi get up and be absolutely pissed.
Yeah.
Her face is like thunder. I was like, oh shit! Like,
she didn't do the knees.
No,
but
she's
Bella,
supposed to turn. You're supposed to get up, put on the knee so she can do the other move, and she didn't do that.
Yeah.
So she just went and covered. But I thought that was really good on Stephanie. That's the only thing good, and of course it was Dominic. I think Dominic. It's the only thing that I'm really. The only problem is that we're piling up losses for Cena's match, and I don't really care about the last match that he's got. The regional song that he came out with, the corrido, that is crazy. He's up there because I don't know if you guys know what corridos are made, who corridos are made for. So the fact that he's got one, so the fact that he's got one, he's up there. Is like legend status. Also, I think that these TV contracts are great. I don't know if the separation of WWE and TNA is going to happen, but I thought it was, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's great. We still got to wait and see what happens with Warner Brothers. Because, we cannot hear you. You're muted. You are muted.
I'm not muted.
I'm muted. Yeah, we do have to wait to see what happens with Warner Brothers, because it's been 10 years we've been waiting, because they keep changing everything every 3. They have not had any stability. They were AOL, Time Warner, then Warner Brothers, then HBO Max, then just Max, then HBO, and then Discovery merged with everything after they bought everything that was, the script stuff before. Like, it's just a hot mess. They've been amassing this big fortune in this big world and doing nothing with it for ages.
You know what I think is going to be interesting? I think I'm no expert. Kind of a little bit. I think they're going to dump all of their debt in CNN. And then they are going to separate it and then CNN is just going to disappear. So, I guess Don Lemon is no longer there, right? But
no, Don got fired already.
They got fired. Oh, wow. So, all those people. What's the name of the Vanderbilt boy? What's his name? Nobody knows Vanderbilt. No.
Ryan Reynolds.
No. What's good? Gloria Vanderbilt's kid. What's his name?
Anderson?
Anderson. Yes.
Sorry, my internet connection is not great.
Yeah.
I keep freezing.
Anderson
Cooper.
Yeah. So maybe he's out of a job. He's going to start a podcast.
We'll see.
We'll bring him in.
They'll sell it off to some other legacy media company that'll buy it up and
Fox.
Do so. Yeah.
That would be sweet. I love your country. It's amazing. Anyways, Byron hates every time I make an American comment. This is just like he hates.
Yeah.
Byron's half a Canadian anyway. He likes hockey.
Are you half Canadian?
No. He's
not
not.
by blood or nationality, but by
By
the
the
sheer
only
number of
here, aren't
people who assume I'm Canadian.
Oh, okay. I thought you lived in Canada, like
You
I
look
did,
Canadian, to be fair.
I've been to Canada.
Well,
He really has this glazed
haven't-
over Canadian look.
Yeah.
Take off, eh?
See, it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Eastern
never-
Canadian, Tony.
East,
Eastern
never
okay,
see it.
Canadian.
okay.
I have-
lived in
been-
Vancouver and Victoria, so
He's
I've
from
been
like
to Mont-
Fredericton, New Brunswick, or something. He's not.
that's not a place. Anyways, anyways, so I guess those are my pops. Dominic, it's just we share the same pop, so we kind of cover the same.
Byron, what's your pop?
I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
Full Gear was a lot of fun. What I remember of
Yeah.
it.
That's a pop.
Were
So
you
my-
there for or? Okay, I have another pop. I
Okay.
do have another pop. Or lives or watch-alongs have been a lot of fun, and it allows me to react in real time to either this is a shitty show or this is fun, right? Oh yeah, Comatose was on the show.
Oh, my pop is Comatose. I got to see him for the first time in forever.
Yeah.
There you
That was
go.
cool.
That gives
My
Byron-
drop.
Wait,
is
we're
that I
not to
had
drops yet. We're not to drops yet. We're not. To
Yeah,
drops
I
yet.
haven't done my
Me
pop.
gotta
has to do his pop first.
I actually have a pop.
He
You only
has
have 9
a
minutes, though.
speech that he's gonna.
He's looking it up. He's reading it
Yeah,
right
well, and I
now.
was going to try and possibly get the quote, but I can't be bothered.
Oh
was-
God,
it-
are we gonna talk about Bret
I
Hart?
love old man. Get off my lawn, Bret Hart. He is
He's so
totally
good.
going the full Gran Turismo officially.
They were
Love it.
gay and did not invite me to the party.
Yeah, my brother texted me or sent me
I actually
that
have the
clip,
speak
and he's like, "Why did?" It's weird how Brett is getting bitter all of a sudden. I'm like, he's
All
been
of a
saying
sudden?
this. He's been saying this all the time for years.
But the way he says it now is so great, as Brent says.
Yeah.
It's
Soaked in.
So great.
It has been marinated for a couple of.
He's just
the
gonna
That
talk
gravitas.
trash
certain
about
weird
it.
Canadian accent that sounds like Tim Hortons is spilling out the side of his mouth as he's speaking. It's amazing. It's great. Meef, what's your pop, brother?
Is Bailey
Oh.
talking about? Yeah, she came out and
Nice.
said about talent leaving shows early.
Oh, she said
Oh.
something that was your pop.
Yeah.
I thought it
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
her.
I thought it was that
Yeah.
roll into the ring on the show the other night. That
Thank you,
No, it's
Rebecca. Appreciate it.
Just
Thank you.
her talking about people when they're in the back and stuff, and like people leaving. Like Seth will sit and watch their matches, or whoever watched. She says Seth,
Right.
so do that. They'll watch the matches and give some form of critique or give some information. They'll ask for it and all that stuff. But when he goes and wrestles, everybody will just go home. He'll come back from the main event or whatever, and like come to the back and there's no one there. And it's like, well, firstly, it's a Seth Rollins match, so I don't blame him for leaving. But yeah, it's that thing. I know Escobar did it for a match, which I think was a Roman Reigns match. There's a picture of him doing it there. So like that thing of, and I just like the fact that she's kind of calling it out, because it is a bit silly not watching the actual product and like just going and get your stuff and leaving the arena when there's so much stuff you can kind of learn and do. Even it's just this that kind of, I want to say campfiring, but sat around going, oh, and then there's so many people who don't understand the finer arts of wrestling, whether you like someone's wrestling or whatever. But there's so many people who are doing stuff in the ring and you go, oh, okay. Is it, you know what I mean? You can watch it from if you're watching it from like a filmmaker's watching someone making film, like I don't want to use the learning tree thing, but you can watch something from that production
learning
side
tree.
with all the stuff that's going on, like production. You can hear the production going on, and also watching the match. You can go.
But Eddie Kingston said
Oh.
he wanted to go home. He wanted to go to his hotel and take a shower right at the beginning of the show.
Meef,
Yeah.
is that a Taylor Swift T-shirt you're wearing?
Nice.
No. It is an LA Taylor shirt.
Is it Taylor Momsen?
No, LA Taylor.
Oh.
She's the
know.
wrestler from my part of the woods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brit Rest.
Yeah, I've got to spot my girl.
No, I it's weird because it's like at times I understand how wrestlers can be over it a little bit. It's like you're so inundated with wrestling all the time, and you live, eat, and breathe it 24/7, and sometimes the talent just gets over it. But at the same time, it's like it's your craft. It's like I'm a TV producer. I have to watch a tremendous amount of TV. I have to watch reality shows that I don't necessarily care about. I'm constantly consuming the product. It's one of the reasons why I like wrestling, because it actually turns my brain off from the way I have to consume other media as part of my job, but you have to do that. You have to be involved in the product. You have to be able to see the product. You have to know what everyone else is doing that's involved in the product when you can, to be. It's required in wrestling to be a student of the game, to be at the top of the game. Don't get me wrong. You can slough it off. You can ignore what the other people are doing. You can ignore what's happening on your own product, and you can get by. But look at Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes will sit at that monitor all night. He really will. And then he'll go out and do his bit. And then he'll also stay for another hour and a half, shake kids' hands. Then he'll go to the back, talk to the writers, and figure out what he's doing the next week. And if that guy is doing all of that stuff and you want to be at the top of the game, you want to be where he is, you want the big paycheck, you want to sell all the merch, you want the big pops when you go out, you want the triple pyro when you're coming to the ring, that's what you're competing with. Now, if you can find a way to do it, if you can be that wrestler in the back that doesn't have to stay for the whole show, that doesn't have to sit at the monitor, that doesn't have to glad hand people, that doesn't have to, ask other people what they thought of their match, whatever. If you can find some way to the top without doing that, by all means do it. Top Dollar thought he could be that guy. He still thinks he can be that guy. I don't see AJ. Man, I saw Lisa Marie Verone get on Top Dollar so bad in a bar one night because of his antics. Like, all the old heads think the way that he shows up late and doesn't sit at the monitors and doesn't respect certain things about the business is bullshit. However, the guy's over and he does great work in the ring. Like, there's nothing that he does when he gets in the ring that's bad on a wrestling level at this point. Like, he had some bad moments in WWE, but everything he's done in TNA has been great. But at the same time, the old heads are not going to give you the crown for that. So if you can do it, if you can find a way to be that guy and somehow change the way the business works and not be a student of the game and still get to the top, okay, great. Didn't work for guys like Enzo Amore when he's in the back partying with all his buddies and whatnot. They kicked him right the hell out.
Hey,
did that have anything to do with how he was in the ring? He was getting the biggest pops that anybody has ever seen for a mid-carder, ever in history. Yeah. But at the same time,
I remember that was insane.
He wasn't given the opportunity to get to the top, even though he easily could have, because he was bullshit backstage. He was bringing his whole entourage. He wasn't respecting people. He wasn't sitting at the monitor. He wasn't asking people what they thought about his match. He wasn't showing up and doing the work. He wasn't putting in any ring time at TV during the day or working out his matches with people. His in-ring performances were still great. He was still popping the crowds. You got to do that, man. You just got to, you show me a wrestler that can find a way around it, great. And AJ Francis is probably the closest thing, but I don't know. We'll see.
Rebecca's made me pop. Rebecca's my new pop for the week. We found that today.
I don't even know if I can comment on that thing because everything I said earlier was completely not airable.
We will
I'm
refrain
sorry,
from
who's
Rebecca, let's just say
girlfriend?
that we found that post too, and I had things to say about it.
what post?
For a
Can
while.
you fill me in real quick? 'Cause I must have missed
You
it
were
today.
you were there. You were there. You
Fill
know.
me in. Tell
Byron
me the
wants to get
details.
filled in. Jesus Christ, Byron, calm down.
Enzo's girlfriend posted a very heartfelt
Sweet.
personal tribute to wrestling from her perspective.
That sounds so nice.
It
Can
was
we?
adorable.
Can we? Can you
It's
tell
wholesome.
me about it?
No,
Totes
we're
and
good.
adorable.
We're
Nice and
fine.
sweet.
We're good. We're
That's
gonna
fine,
move on.
Like
Anyway,
a nice positive
Totes and
thing
adorable.
that
Okay,
we
Byron,
could.
you
That
wanted
would
to
help
give a
us out.
drop. Give your drop, Byron.
drop bears.
My pop is the Continental Classic. I love those matches.
I thought you said you didn't
Uh,
have a pop like a half an hour ago. You said you didn't have a pop.
I play by my own rules, my man.
Clearly.
Apparently so.
Jesus.
Okay.
Clearly.
The meds wore off and he remembered.
Oh, Jesus.
And my drop would be that you guys made me watch Survivor Series even for like an hour. It was a shitty
I
version
did
of
not make you do
SmackDown.
anything.
It was.
You turned
It's
up late.
just. It's
I
just
may have called him,
WWE.
begged him to go on because my internet was so bad and I couldn't
Yeah, it
be
was
there.
really bad.
WWE, their shows are becoming how little they can do and make the most money for it. It's not about making a show that's fun
Oh,
for
you
you
made this fucking point
to
already.
watch. That's my drop.
It was also my drop this week.
Oh, wow! Look
Oh,
who's
you guys wanna
riding
hold
someone's
hands now?
coattails.
You
We
guys
already
wanna-
did
No,
your
no,
drop,
no, no,
Nate?
because
What was your
no,
drop?
because I already got mine in. I mentioned it. I mentioned it earlier when we were talking.
No
about
one listened when
surprise.
you were talking.
Yeah.
They listen
I
now,
just said
though.
that the whole thing with the seating and everything else that went on in the live events being, they're gonna shoot. I said this a couple of weeks ago, if not a month ago, that WWE might eat themselves because of the way they're going with the ticketing. And I agree with Tony. Unfortunately, people do not act with their feet. But the one thing they will see is when they go back to France, because the French do not fuck about, and they were not happy.
Weren't the
The
numbers
last-
the second time they went around Europe? This time
Yeah,
around, weren't they
because
lower?
again, because in the prices they're asking are unrealistic in general, especially if when they come here. Jesus Christ!
What's a
and-
senior citizen drop?
What you did.
Is that
Yeah,
like bum
Just
fights?
can tell because you're so.
but like the French at the last event were singing.
When you have a
"We've got-
senior
we've got
citizen
nothing
drop,
else."
you might not get up again.
He's had a bad fall. That's it. He's going to Vicente Fernandez this.
Tony, you got a drop of the week?
Well, it's the same one as everybody. That show was
The
bullshit.
thing
This is
is,
that bad, huh?
the thing is we can have three. We have the same opinion. Well, say same item Survivor Series, but we can actually have three different points about it because
Well,
the
Because
show
there's
itself
that
was
much
terrible.
wrong.
The crowd thing was a real problem. This was a problem. That was a problem. It's like
Well, I think it was a perfect shitstorm. Because people were complaining. But I think I stopped sending stuff because it was getting like piled on
Yeah.
whatever we were talking about. But there was this moment where this girl was like, I don't know, playing Pokemon on her Switch while watching while at the show.
Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah, I was playing Pokemon. Yeah, what the hell? Well, like, you paid what, $125?
their parents probably.
Byron
paid
just
that.
doesn't like your pronunciation.
No, it
of
was a grown ass
Pokemon.
person. Let me tell you.
Oh,
It was it was
Byron
a
looks like he plays
28-year-old.
Pokemon Switch.
I don't know what Pokemon is.
You don't know what
We all
Pokemon
know
is?
what Pokemon is. Pokemon's the
You
greatest.
just
No, I don't play it, but I know what it is.
Come on,
you don't
Cubone
have-
for life.
You need to develop an accent so you know what it is.
Byron, you don't know. You don't know what.
Personality. Huh?
You don't have a favorite
What?
Pokemon. Actually, there we go. What's
No.
everybody's favorite Pokemon?
Charizard.
Snorlax.
My
Charizard.
favorite Pokemon is Lucha.
Oh, well, mine is Cubone because that guy is death metal because he wears the skull of his mother.
Yeah, that's awesome. With the hell as the hell. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, I'll tell you what my drop is. It's actually not Survivor Series.
Damn. Well, you didn't watch it.
It's Jey Uso.
Oh,
Oh yeah, he.
No, and I did
sucked.
watch all of Survivor Series the next day. I watched the rest of it.
okay, so you got to watch that.
It is the Jey Uso sell, and just Jey Uso in general right now. Like his selling of the LA Knight thing when he overreacts to the bump that he didn't want to take a certain way. It's like, first of all, aren't you the guy that dropped somebody like 2 weeks ago from the same move? How are you going to be the one to overreact to this shit now? What is happening? And why are like I get that the temper tantrum is part of the spiral of the character and whatnot, but then the backstage thing too with Jackie and what are we doing with Jey Uso right now? Like, it's one thing to turn him heel, it's another thing to have him be a conflicted character, but making him just a bitch ass, like what? I don't get it. I don't like Jey Uso.
Point
They've
taken.
just, but like even on a heel level, it's not heat, it's go away heat. It's like, what am I watching right now?
What
It's
is
not like what. How are
Okay,
you
so-
taking Jey Uso, who was the pop of the year, and making him just
Do you know who Jey Uso reminds me of?
Who's
Psycho
that?
Clown.
Psycho
Psycho
Clown
Clown.
has a little bit of but at least Psycho just kind of stays true to his
Yeah,
thing.
but when he comes into the ring, he just bounces around pointlessly, and that's it. gasses himself.
Bro, when you sell merch
Okay.
like that,
Yeah.
and
By
all the
the
little kids
way-
are bouncing with you, and this is why I'm like, why are we messing with the Jey Uso thing at this point? I'm like, just let him yeet whatever. Like, send him to the PC to learn how to wrestle, and let's just keep Jay going. But
Just stamina.
halfway through his career after a championship. Well, that happens. Isn't that like?
Yeah,
normal
I mean,
time?
It's like the two cage match comparisons again. You have the blood and guts and whatever in one match, and then the other one had a dance break led by Jey Uso.
in the middle of it. Yeah, like, huh?
Like,
What the fuck,
That's-
man?
Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do
that
it?
was
We're gonna do
dumb
it.
as
We're
hell.
gonna do it.
It's
You know,
almost like
My
a
cousin's
kid's
on the
pantomime.
board of yeah, whatever. Nepotism.
Yeah. The other thing with her, Jay, about the wrestling thing, so it's just learn how to do a super kick, without having to do, like, oh, let me just put my hand on the ground so I can get my leg up. It's like Jesus Christ, man. And then the knees half bent and like this. It's like
I got to read Rebecca's joke for the audio
go.
listeners. It's not a terrible thing that people might want Jay on paternity leave instead of Jimmy. Brutal. Oh, that's good. That was good, Rebecca.
Also, Psycho Clown was on Sports Illustrated
yeah.
Mexico today. And that's another thing that I was telling you about the ecosystems of companies. That's why WWE is still working. It will continue to work because now they got this thing when it fits itself, right? So now there's Sports Illustrated. So now that brings more eyes to AAA.
Simple fact of the matter is, like, said this when this was first getting started with with AAA and WWE, was the winners write the history.
Right.
The history of Lucha Libre is now going to be written by TKO.
Yeah.
And that is just suspect. It could either be a good thing, and this is why, like, people may have their issues with Conan and Dorian and whatnot, but man, I hope they stay involved, because at least those guys respect some of the heritage. Maybe not all of it, but some of it.
Well, he
All
was
right, what
not,
do you see?
he was not name dropped by Psycho Clown in this interview. Is the other guy you mentioned before, and the Undertaker, David Koresh. No, that's
Borash.
Borash. David Koresh.
Because Borash is the
cult
day-to-day
leader.
boss.
It's that cult leader, I think. Borash.
David Koresh is the Waco guy.
Wrestling, same thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Where do you see AAA in 10? Where do you see Lucha Libre AAA in 10 years? 10 años.
10 años. I see them as a very expensive experience, like event, and we got kids now.
Put
And
them on the big
bottles.
screen.
We gotta wrap up. I see 25,000 peso tickets. Well, they already have that. Wait a minute. Never mind. No, they do. WWE. So a guy. Okay, so a guy that was in WWE that was in WWE, then went to AEW, they went to WWE, then went back to AEW but couldn't compete. Got me tickets one time, and when I realized the price of the tickets, he became my best friend.
I'll tell you what I see happening. By 10 years from now, one of the media companies in Mexico will own AAA. They will no longer be a part of WWE because TKO will have already sold WWE, and the next owner after TKO will sell off AAA and other parts of WWE to make back some of their money. That's my guess. I don't think it stays as a legacy piece of WWE like WCW does.
I don't know. Well, let me. I don't think so, because I don't know what that company is in Mexico. I just don't know. You can think of TV Azteca or Televisa, but they had it,
right?
And they don't care. No, these companies here in Mexico. Hola, qué hermosa.
Hello.
Ah, qué chulo.
Hi.
These companies in Mexico, they only care about soccer or football. So,
but hey, if TKO can make it a desirable piece of the pie to sell off later, I just
Definitely.
I don't know that if everything that TKO puts into WWE is going to stay in WWE after the next sale. Kind of like what's about to happen with Discovery. And what happened with Fox. I mean, they broke up the news side and the motion picture side and broke up all the different properties and sold off certain pieces of it, kept some pieces of it. I think that's going to happen at some point in time. But that's as close to an answer as I think you're going to get. So until next time, I'm giving you a chance this time, Byron.
Penis.
Steak. You're supposed to say it after I say stay calm and
Penis.
stay in the mix, and then you say